Okay, awesome. We have from 3M Jen Guze. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Um,
Guze.
Jen's been with 3M a long time. She's taking over for a long time Misty Friedrichs, who was fantastic. 3M's one of our strategic partners. They're a very, very, very solid partner. 3M has been with Promo EQP for a long time. We're really excited to see what Jen has to go over today and talk about some of their strategic benefits and talk about things moving in through Q4 and going into 2026. So, Jen, thank you very much for being part of this, and take it away.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, I just took over National Sales Manager on Monday, so I'm really fresh to this, but I was on our sales team for almost 10 years. So I do have that background. So 3M Promotional Markets, we're your Post-it note people. We do all of the custom printed Post-it notes that you're going to see in North America and Europe. So if you go out and anytime you see a Post-it note that has any printing on it at all, we have done it in our facility here in Minnesota. What we're the original, that's kind of, the thing about Post-it notes is a lot of people use Post-it note as a general term, kind of like we use Kleenex instead of tissues. People do that with Post-it notes. It's flattering, we'll put it that way. But not all adhesive notes are going to be the same as a Post-it. And so kind of what sets us apart truly is going to be our repositionable adhesive. And that's what Post-it notes are meant to do. You're supposed to stick it on your planner and then stick it up on your refrigerator and then stick it in someone's folder. And you're supposed to move it again and again, and it will continue to stick. We're not a one and done adhesive note. That's very beneficial to your clients' brands. When they're putting their brand on there, they want something that's actually going to perform. And the beauty of Post-its is people use them. You're not going to give someone a Post-it note and they're going to throw it in the trash, right? They're going to actually use that pad. And so we always say, for how little cost a Post-it note costs, the bang for the buck in advertising is quite large, because let's say you have a 50-sheet pad. People are going to see that message on each single sheet average 3 to 4 times. So it really does go a long way with that. Because of our adhesive, we have a very strong area of our market in functional use. So you're taking your Post-it note and you're using it for like a door hanger, or you're using it for a coupon or a form, that kind of thing. So think branding, obviously promo branding, great use, but also don't forget that there's actually a really big segment of our business that is functional use, using it more in a print property. And the beauty of, in my opinion, the beauty of functional use notes are that generally those are in programs and they repeat and repeat. And so, yes, it may take a little legwork to get that one going, but once you get it going, it's a beautiful thing. It will repeat again and again and again. So, as Promo EQP, we have you as a platinum partner, which is our top tier level. You are going to have benefits with that, as far as you're going to get a 2-column shift pricing. That's how we do our pricing. So it's a 2-column shift on most items. We do have exceptions. You will get free setups. You will have free e-proofs. You can order some spec samples at a reduced rate. We can do generic samples, kits, that kind of thing. We can send out all the time. We also dedicate a account manager, which is like our customer service team. We will dedicate an account manager to your business and a sales rep to your business. And we do that by territory. So it's by a geographical territory. And then I will oversee that at more of a corporate level. So it's not going to be a call center type feel with us. You really do get a relationship, because you have those dedicated people that are just for your company to work with. And use them. We do a lot of storyboards, virtual concepts. We do a lot of ideation for people, because what you always have to remember with any of your suppliers, really, I like to think, because we are so niche and we are fine tuned down to a specific segment, we are your experts in that area. So count on us. We don't expect, we know the catalog of items that are available to you out in the market with all your suppliers. It's huge. And so we do not expect you to be experts, on every single product. So just count on your people. It's That's what we're here for. And we want to help. And we are the ones that are seeing day in and day out how people are using post-it notes. And sometimes it's, you may not even be thinking of that. So don't ever hesitate to reach out with some proactive things where you want us to help you. Even before you go into a presentation with a client, you want us to help you with that. We absolutely can do that. We So going into 2026, we're holding our pricing, which we're excited about. Keep in mind, everything is made in the USA, so we don't have to deal with any tariff issues, anything like that. If by any chance that you ship into Canada, we cover tariffs in that situation. But otherwise, there's no tariffs to deal with. There's no problem with inventory. We start everything from scratch and we keep plenty of paper on hand. So that's never an issue. Let's see what else about our product line as far as quick turn. We've got quite a bit of wiggle room especially in our full color program. So it's typically going to be a five-day turn. We've got 7 dedicated sizes in our full color program. That's our bread and butter. That is what we see day in and day out come through. You've got your 3x3, your 3x4, 3x5, 4x6, some of these really common sizes. And we're able to keep pricing low in those because of the volume and being able to, we do some ganging up and things like that. And so we gain efficiencies on press that we are able to pass along to you. That full color program typically has 5-day turn, but we can do as few as 24 hours if needed. We do charge a small rush fee, a $40 rush fee, but we can do it. Speaking of like turn times and things like that, one thing that we pride ourselves in is communication. So we really want to emphasize that even if something goes downhill for any reason, we will communicate this with you. We will not go absent on you. We will take care of it. And we will make sure that you're in the know and you know what's going on with your orders. We try to be as easy as possible to deal with. And so we've got PMS matches. So we have a solid PMS program. Some of our other adhesive note companies don't offer PMS match. So we do. Let's say you've got UPS and they have that specific brown and that specific gold, and you can't run that in the full color program. We can match PMS colors. We do not charge for that. It's included. We don't have setups for that reason. So we can do a lot of pads there. We do a lot of cubes. We can do spot color cubes. We can do process side cubes. There's a lot like that. We do have a few things outside of the Post-it note. So we've got the cubes, the pads, but we also do, because we're 3M, we also do 3M command hooks. So the command hooks that you see out in retail, we will print on those up in the top area. And we sell those, we bag them individually is kind of how we do that. We sell Scotch lint sheets. This is my favorite product. I actually have this one here. This is going to be a Scotch lint roller, but in a really convenient pack. And so here you have full color image that you can do. We have a 100-piece minimum. And then these are individual sheets. So this is like a lint roller, but you pull off the sheet. And I have golden retrievers. So get rid of your lint. Super convenient 3x4 pack. easy to throw in your bag when you're traveling, or um, these are fantastic swag bag items as far as like when there's conferences, things like that, salons, hotels, obviously pet industries. There's quite a few uses. This is my number one thing when I go to a trade show. This is my number one thing that I cannot keep in stock. People are grabbing these like crazy because they're so convenient and so usable. It's another product that's not going to get tossed. And you have a lot of real estate. I do a lot of clients do these as self promo. Just an idea. Make the one side as like your business card, basically, and hand these out as a thank you. If you guys sell a lot of apparel, if you have any apparel coming to you before it ships out, throw these in with the apparel. That's another good idea. They're great for removing lint and everything. We do have DSPs. We put out a DSP flyer every year, and we have certain ones that are very specific self promos. We have a 3x4, a 4x6, and a 6x8 that are very aggressive pricing. And we'll offer that. So you can do like 500 of the 3x4 or 500 of the 4x6, 250 of the 6x8. And it's a really good price. We also will put on usually one or two other items on a special. Anything that's not on the flyer, we can do EQP on. So you can do anything as a self promo. So you also can talk to your sales rep and see. Sometimes we have a few funds here and there that we can help out on some of these items, depending on how they're being used. So I was going to show you. So going into 2026, like I said, we're holding pricing. Our full color program, we actually have. We're working on some pricing right now. We may be coming in a little bit more aggressive even than what we are right now. And it's an everyday low price already. So it's a pretty strong contender, but we're looking at it and seeing where we can trim even more so we can offer that. The going into 2026, as far as new products go, I don't know if any of you have seen, but we have a coloring pad. It's a 6x8 pad. Every single sheet within the pad, it's hard to tell on here, but oh, goodness. Every single sheet's different. It's variable. We have 15 different themes for those, and we are so excited to announce that we are child certified now. So we can do a lot of these more childlike drawings and things. Our current listings are pretty intricate because they were not supposed to be targeted at children, but now we are going to be. So going into 2026, we will have a lot more options, and it's nice. You've got your police and your fire and your health and your financial and so many different markets. I know I have done trade shows where the end users are there, and we've had policemen and firemen and things come up and say this is exactly what they need to hand out at schools and things like that. So we're very excited that will be new stock designs and things coming into 2026. I think we're going to roll them out at PPAI for that. The other beauty of our coloring pads is, although they are variable dynamic, where every sheet changes, we just charge for a 6x8 full color pad. We don't charge you any of the adder costs or anything like that if you're using our artwork. We do have, these were new this year, but we do have these transparent notes. So these are going to be your see-through notes that you lay in a book, or you lay on some paperwork. Figure an underwriter, they want to write some things on, or if you're annotating anything that you're reading, like a textbook or something in college, we've got these. We sell them in a little booklet, mainly because we don't print on the actual Post-it note. And so we print our Post-it logo right there. And then you have the full cover to imprint however you would like. We offer some with flags. We offer some with arrow flags. And then we do some that are page markers. I don't know if this shows real well, but they're page markers. We have them in the clear, the pink and the blue, and it can be any combination. It doesn't have to be exactly like I showed here. Education, I would say that's going to be the top market for these if you work with any colleges, universities, or when you get into like financial and documents and insurance type companies. These are great for that. If you're looking still for, I know we're in November already, so it's a little crazy to me, but if you're still looking for some holiday gifts, our journals are always a really nice option. So we've got journals that have a variety of things on the inside. It depends on how much you want to customize. Like this one is fully customized. Every single thing in here is printed. These are page markers, 3x4 and 4x6. You also have that full cover that you can imprint on. We start these at $250 for the full cover. You can do 100 of them, and then you would just basically have an imprint on the front cover, and then you can still do your customization on the inside. And here's one that's like 3x4, 4x6, and then these are stock pieces. This is entirely stock over here, and then this is a 4x6 that's customized. Again, these are nice. Give out at the end of the year for companies to give their clients. They're also nice onboarding. Like if you have new employees and things like that, that's always a nice thing. People love Post-its. So that's a nice thing. As far as like holiday, our dispensers. So we have an acrylic top dispenser, but we also have this really nice chrome looking one. It's heavy. It's a nice heavyweight. Fantastic for conference rooms. So think of your banks that have these big conference rooms. These are a really nice option, and they have a fairly low starting point on them, which is nice. And then I was going to show you just a couple things on our website. I'm going to try this that are benefits that you may not be aware that we offer. Let me see. Let's try this. Oh, I have to put my readers on. Window. Okay, let me know if you can see our website.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. So when you go on our website, which is just 3M, it's www.3m.com/promote. When you go on our website, under distributor tools here on the first page, if you click on that, maybe, oh, it's not going to let me. Oh, shoot. Well, that's interesting.
Just repeat that again. Where do you go to find it?
It's on the front page. So it's www.3m.com/promote.
Promote.
Yep.
And then where?
Page, and I apologize. It is not letting me click on this.
No, but where were you trying to navigate to on that screen?
Distributor tools.
Distributor tools. Okay.
3M.
Okay.
So under distributor tools, when you click on that, it's going to open you up to a whole series of things. So one thing is going to be flip books. We have probably 10 different flip books on there. We have a ton of lifestyle images. We've got videos. We have promotional flyers. We have just more educational flyers. We have a lot of literature and educational type things that are great to use. Keep in mind, you can take any of those things and you can ask us to brand them specifically for your company or your client, depending on how you want to do that. And we can do that. That's not a problem. The other thing I wanted to show, and I'm bummed that I can't click on anything right. Oh, maybe I can. No. Right here under the flag, the US flag, there's an art viewer. So it does not matter to me if you are using this art viewer for setting up a hard goods, like a mug or something like that. This art viewer is fantastic. If someone sends you a file that you are not able to open because it's like an EPS file or an AI file or something along those lines, and you just cannot open it and you want to look at the art quickly, go to this art viewer. It's so slick. It will open all of those files immediately for you. I have a lot of customers that use this not only for our product line, but they use it just in their general day-to-day business because of how slick it is. And I've been told that it's not a common thing to have on websites. And so just kind of bookmark that. Just that alone is a really nice feature. And then we do have all of our items on here. They're all in drop downs. And then usually we will have like our promos and things on the front. We do have, just to mention, we do have our big impact promo going on through the end of the year, which is a cube promo. And we have 4 sizes of cubes that you print on the sides, and then we will print a 1-color sheet in print for no charge. The beauty of that is as your cube goes down and you lose your real estate on the sides, you will still have an image on each individual sheet within the cube, which is great. I'm going to stop presenting since it won't let me click. Let's see. Am I back? Okay. That is really what I have. The main thing I just want the takeaway to be that count on us. We are here for you. We're here to make your life easier. We really are. We enjoy doing that. You don't need to just reach out when you have a quote or you have an order to place. You can reach out for many other things. So.
Awesome. I don't know if anybody has any questions. Okay.
Ian, just really quick. You did a couple of things, Jen, that were really meaningful to me, and I just wanted to say that. So when you were talking about some products, like you mentioned that journal, and you said this is a really great product for onboarding, I went, wow, great idea. Like that kind of information is just so helpful because, as you said at one point, distributors like me, we have to deal with a zillion different companies,
right,
a zillion different products. So the more information like that and ideas like that come our way, the better. And I really appreciate that. And especially,
thank you.
Creative uses obviously we all know and use Post-its. So
yeah. Well, and it's very easy to get, and I would not blame anybody. I used to be in the distributor world myself. It's very easy to go Post-it notes. Okay, I'm going to slap a logo on it.
Yeah, I know.
There's so much more to it that can be done and can be used. Can I give you
and
one?
I've finally gotten over too, Jen, I've gotten over the comment of, well, I don't want to order those because those get used up and thrown away. And I'm like, yeah, but then you get to give it to them again.
Yes.
You get to go see them and give them the same item again.
Exactly. I want to give one example. I forgot. During when I was talking the functional notes and how, yes, it may take a bit to build up a program, but then once you have it, I want to use a good example here. So if any of you are familiar with the restaurant Culver's, it's in a lot of times, I think it's probably mainly in the Midwest, but it's one of those restaurants. Portillo's is kind of like that too, where you drive through and then they park you because your food is always fresh. So you never get your food at the window. You pay at the window and then you just park. They give you a Post-it note with a number on it and they stick it on your mirror. And what they do is they order pads that are 1 through 100, 101 through 190 or 200. And they just use these every single time. And we started doing this with them during COVID because they used to use the plastic tents and they had to keep cleaning them over and over again. And so they wanted to try out something along the lines of recyclable or reusable or throwaway, clean. And so they came up with the Post-it notes. We literally have a press set aside at this point for Culver's orders because of how it went into their corporate and it just over and over and over again they order. And we're talking hundreds of thousands of these. So yes, that took my distributor a little something to get in, but once they got in, it's just gravy for them. They just repeat and repeat and repeat. And that's a super good use of a Post-it that is not your typical write on, take a note on. So wanted to share that one.
I love hearing those stories and those ideas, because it sort
Sure.
of gets the wheels turning of, maybe other ways that we can
Yep.
use them. So
That would be the other thing, is we have a bunch of case studies. We have them on the website, or we actually have physical copies of the case studies as well. So
Awesome. Do you have links that we can put out for to like where the case studies are?
yeah,
And the other thing I was going to ask for, do you have like a link or a document that shows? I know you mentioned everybody having their own specific rep based on geography. Do we have a map for that or something we can pass out? Because I'd like to get that out to everybody for sure.
I do. Can you wait for a week or two? Because I'm hiring. I have 2 people hired that start Monday. And my territories are going to get shifted a little bit, but yes, absolutely. We can do that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Jen, this is Dana, and I'm new to Promo EQP and just new to the process of promotional items for our company with Artisan Color. Do you have any type of sample packs that you can send out so I can get a visual?
Absolutely. So thank you for mentioning that. We have vertical market packs. So let's say you want just hospitality or you want just education. We have those that we can send out, or we have bestsellers, functional use. We have some of those more generic ones that we can also send out. So yes, absolutely.
Do I email you for that, or?
Yeah, you can just, I can write your name down, but yes, you can just email me and I can get those out.
Okay, perfect.
Right away. And they're kind of nice because they have, especially the vertical market ones, they have usually like 8 or 10 products in it. And it's exactly items that we are pulling off the floor as samples. It's not, made up things. And so it really does show you how these things are being used. Which is nice. And we do have permission, by the way, to use the logos that are in these kits. From the
I was just going to ask you that because I laugh occasionally. I one time saw a sample. It was a client of mine, and I saw my husband's company, and like every once in a while you wonder.
Yeah, no, we get permission before we put it.
That's very good of you.
And usually we hang on to something for maybe like 9 months to a year, and then we'll use it as a sample. We won't use it right away. So
awesome. If there's any other questions anybody have? All right. That's Jen, thank you so much. Ton of information. It was really great to get all of this. In a week or so, when we get the updated territory maps, we'll get that out to everybody so that they know who to order from. Is best way to reach out to you? Do you have an email address that you would like folks to reach out to you, or for like samples? Or okay.
Yeah, I'll give you I'm just going to give you my email address to start, and then I can always direct you to your correct person. But if you want to write this down, it's JAGUSE. So my name is Jen Guze. You did pronounce it wrong.
Oh, man.
No, no one pronounces it right.
That's all right. You've seen my name, so.
Yeah. And then at 3mpromote.com. So JAGUZE at 3mpromote.com.
And when we put the recording of this up on YouTube and Facebook and website and stuff, I'll put that email address up there with it too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So
awesome. Well, unless there's anything else, Jen, thank you so much. This was a ton of info. It was really great, and thank you to 3M for being a partner to all of our distributors with Promo EQP.
Thank you. We wouldn't be anywhere without you guys, so we appreciate our distributors very much. So, also, if any of you are going to be at PPAI Expo, stop by.
Absolutely.
We'll be there.
And yes, and 3M will actually have a placement in our conference room at PPAI. I'll have a little area for information and stuff they can have for all 3 days. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.